Hello everyone, it's Mrs. Chapman here, and I'm going to share a story with you called Christmas Bear. Christmas Bear. A tear rolled down Sally's cheek as her mother switched off the bedroom light. It was Christmas Eve, and Sally had forgotten to post a letter to Santa Claus. She had found it stuffed in her coat pocket. How would Santa know what Sally really wanted? Maybe he'd forget her altogether. Sally and her parents had still put out 2 mince pies and a glass of milk to welcome Santa. The red stocking hung ready at the foot of the bed, as it did every Christmas Eve. But this year, Sally was sure it would remain empty. She snuffled miserably to herself as she drifted off to sleep. Bright shape raced through the starry sky to Santa Claus, riding in his biggest sleigh, pulled by his fastest reindeer. The sleigh was full with sacks of presents, neatly sorted and labelled for children all over the world. In one of the sacks, something was stirring. A little paw appeared, and then another, then 2 ears, followed by a furry head and a furry body. I wonder if you know what it might be. It was a teddy bear, and a naughty one at that. The sleigh made a sudden turn. For a second, the teddy bear was safe from the speeding sleigh, and the next, he was falling down, over and over and over and over. He gave one short squeak, but Santa Claus heard nothing except the rushing of the wind and the jingling of the reindeer's bells. Over and over and over Bear fell towards white fields far below. Down and down and down he went, till suddenly he landed in the snow-laden branches of a fir tree. Ouch! He cried as he slid through the prickly branches and disappeared into a deep snowdrift. All was still and silent, very, very cold. Bear couldn't tell whether he was upside down or the right way up. It was some time before he pushed away the snow and found himself looking out into the night. A little way off, he saw a person dressed all in white. Aha, said Bear. There's someone who will help me. He struggled to his feet and trudged through the snow, which, as you can imagine, seemed very deep to a little bear. Excuse me, he cried out as he came closer. Can you please tell me where I am? There was no answer from the person dressed in white. There, cried one small. Excuse me, he said loudly. Can you tell me where I am? Again, there was no answer. The person in white didn't even look down to see who was talking. Well, said Bear, turning away, I hope all the other people here aren't quite so rude. Bear was now feeling very cold and very sorry for himself. He wished that he was safe and snug in Santa's sack. He sighed and looked around. Not far off, there was a house. And where there is a house, Bear said to himself, there will be people and there will be warmth. I wonder if you can spot him in the picture, just trying to reach the window ledge. He walked round the house twice, trying to find a way in, but the door handles and the windows were all too high for him to reach. He was about to give up hope when a black cat came padding round the corner. It stopped and looked the little bear up and down, its fur bristling and its whiskers twitching. Then, deciding that bears were of no great interest, the cat turned and walked away. The cat climbed up some steps to a closed door, then vanished completely. The last bear saw of it was its tail disappearing through the unopened door. The magic cat, thought Bear. But he soon discovered that the cat had its own private cat-sized door. There in front of him was a hinged flap. Bear reached up, pushed himself against it, and the next thing he knew, he was tumbling headfirst through the opening. Bear slumped down onto the soft carpet. What bliss to be inside, no longer cold, and in the nice warm house. For a minute he lay still with his eyes shut, enjoying the warmth and comfort. Then he opened his eyes. It was very dark, and in front of him there was a staircase, and at the top a very dim light. It's time to have a good snooze, Bear thought. He'd had enough of adventures. What do you think, Bear? Bear dragged himself up towards the light. He was quite out of breath when he pulled himself up the last step. The light was coming from an open door. From inside, Bear could hear the sound of soft breathing. He tiptoed to the door and nearly tripped over something lying just inside. It was a plate with 2 mince pies on it. Next to it was a small. Now Bear felt very hungry indeed. He sat himself down by the plate and ate steadily and happily through both pies. How kind of them to think of me, Bear thought, finishing off the milk. It was only when he started to look around the room. In one corner he noticed there was a bed, and in it someone was sleeping peacefully. That's where I'd like to be, Bear whispered. It wasn't easy getting up onto the bed, but he managed in the end. Tired Bear can be a very determined bear if he spots a comfortable place to sleep. The effort was worth it, for what did he find at the end of the bed but a cosy red sleeping bag, and it was just the right size for him. In no time at all, he had snuggled his way into it, and he had fallen fast asleep. Sally opened her eyes. It was morning, Christmas morning. Sally's heart sank. She remembered her unposted letter to Santa. Had he brought her anything at all? She looked towards the door. The mince pies and the milk had gone. Quickly she crawled down to the bottom of the bed. The red stocking was no longer flat and empty. It was bulging. There really was something in it. Bursting with excitement, she reached in and pulled out a furry teddy bear. Sally gazed at it wide-eyed. How could Santa possibly know that you were exactly what I wanted? She asked the little bear, thinking of the letter in her coat pocket. The letter had said, Dear Santa, please, can I have my very own bear for Christmas? Lots of love, Sally. And it's her very own bear that she actually got. Was it Sally's imagination? Or did the little bear seem to smile? I hope you enjoyed my story, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Bye.